Hello everybody, this is me, this is June's Chatty Corner, well, Chatty Corner with June, I think. I'm very nervous. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this, and the angle's a bit off as well, I know. I'm still learning. As I'm doing this, I'm recording on my tablet, so, what to say? I'm very quite nervous. What my video's going to be, what my channel's going to be about is just me talking. I might have the odd haul, a bit of craft, a bit of everything I see on YouTube, because I do watch YouTube quite a lot now. I started watching in the lockdown, and now I watch more due to my situation, which I'm going to get into, because my channel's also about that, like talking to you what is going on health-wise with me. So I might as well get into that now. And then if you want to ask us any questions, leave us any comments, things like that. I'll answer them in my next video. That would be nice if people would just like thinking questions and I will answer them. You know what I mean? So 2018, I'd lost a hell of a lot of weight. I'd lost 7 stone. And I was rubbing out and I found a lump. And the lump turned out to be breast cancer. So I went to the doctor's, got all sorted out very fast. Everything happened very fast. And I had 2 surgeries. I had one was a lumpectomy that cleared out my lymph nodes, because it had went into my lymph nodes, and then I had to go back in and take more tissue away, which is they do that from time to time. And yes, if you're looking, I'm wearing cow earrings because I love a big funky earring. Anyway, I had chemotherapy and I put some weight back on. Don't believe the thingy that they say chemotherapy you'll lose weight, because you don't. You put weight on. I did. I put like half my weight back on and I cannot lose it for some freaking reason. Probably, I think my metabolism's just shot. And I'm telling you now, if you're easily offended, please don't watch this video, because I will be getting a bit sweary. And I've got to, you know what I mean? So all that blah. I had chemo, I had 4 weeks of radiotherapy. I'd rather have the chemo than the radio, because I was going up the hospital every day. You know what I mean? And if you want to know, I am from the North East. I do live in Newcastle. My hospital is the Freemans. It's the NCC, Northern Centre for Cancer Care, which is absolutely brilliant. And they do a lot of trials, things like that. Anyway, I'm going off a bit. I will do that. So what else? That I had radiotherapy, and then I went on to tamoxifen. So come the lockdown, a couple of years later, lockdown, you know what I mean, end of 2019, 2019 lockdown happened. And I will talk my hand. Wait, oh, look, much bigger than that. Look, whoa. Sorry about that. I am a bit weird as well, you will find that out. Come the lockdown, I started getting a pain in my back. And it was coming and going, and then it started to get really bad. So I went to the doctor's. I managed to get an appointment with the doctor, actually, lockdown, you know what I mean? Got an appointment with the doctor. She looks at me back, she says, oh, arthritis. And this went on for over a year. Arthritis, and it went into my leg. The pain went into my leg. Oh, hamstring now. So, oh, okay, hamstring. You believe your doctor. You believe what your doctor tells you. I don't know more, because I am pretty angry, and this is where I will get a bit sweary. So I'm pretty angry, like I am angry about what happened. And so I was going to doctors for like a year, nearly a year and a half. And they were saying hamstring thingy, like arthritis in my back. Oh no, it fucking wasn't. Wait, I'll tell you. So I started getting really, really bad pains, and I went through a couple of weeks of agony, and I was backwards and forwards to the doctor, and they were saying hamstrings. I was on morphine at this point for the pain, and I'm back and forward to the doctor, and I go off to see a new doctor, and he says, "Well, I'm sending you for an MRI. I'm sending you up to the A&E, and you go for an MRI." Oh, they didn't give us an MRI. They only give us a freaking X-ray. X-rays don't show shit. You know what I mean? Good for others, but not for what I had and what the doctor suspected I had. He didn't say, he says, but with my history, I should have been sent for an MRI because the pain was continuous. So I went up, got an X-ray. Doctor went back on the phone. He says, "What?" Came back on the phone. He was absolutely steaming. The doctor, he says, "I didn't send you for an X-ray. I sent you for an MRI." He says, "We'll send you for an MRI." So I got an emergency MRI. I got an MRI. A week later, the pain was unbearable by then. I couldn't walk. I was crying. I couldn't sleep. I hadn't hardly any sleep for a week, and I was just about to phone the ambulance up for the pain. And then I got a phone call. "Oh, your cancer's back and it's on the spine." Lovely. You know what I mean? I had a year being told it was like something else. And I felt awful because I was wasting their time for just to be that. You know what I mean? But it wasn't. And they hadn't taken into account my history, which they should have done. My history of primary breast cancer, they should have done. So I went, they says, "Oh, you sound a lot in pain." I went, "I am." She says, "Well, we'll send you an ambulance and we'll admit you to Ward 37, which is where they admit you at the Freeman for cancer-related issues. Next to Ward 36 where you go and have your chemo." And blah, they give us intense radiotherapy, like really, really for a few days, like more than what I would have had. Give us that help with the pain. And on the Sunday, a registrar came and I was by myself in the room. And she says, I says, "Oh, when will you be able to operate on?" Because I thought it was just a tumour on my spine. They'll operate like they did the last time. She went, "Oh no." She says, "It's in your spine, it's in your bones. And it's not just your spine, it's one rib, your spine and your pelvis." She says it's secondary breast cancer and it's uncurable. It's stage 4 cancer. And that was nearly 2 years ago. And I felt like I'd been given a life sentence, you know what I mean? I just broke down crying. Because you get that news and oh, how long have I got to live? You know what I mean? What's going on here? How long have I got to live? And like I was ringing up and I was telling all my family and that. And they were in bits. They couldn't come to see us because it was just after lockdown, so you were only allowed one person to come and see you, and it had to be that one person all the time. So none of my family could come and see us. It was my sister, because my daughter's working, she's got kids, you know what I mean, and my sister, her kids all grown up and things like that. And this is not a good angle. I'm going to have to hold it for a bit or prop something up behind it. Oh no, that's even worse. I think I'll have to hold you up for a bit, right? So that, and then the specialist nurse come and seen us. And she says, oh, you took it, I hear you took it. Not well, I went, fucking right, I did. You get told that and you expect, what you expect to be, oh, let the daddy da. It's just fucking incurable cancer. You know what I mean? I'm not supposed to be fucking happy. No. Anyway, so that happened and I was in the hospital for a week, come out, on morphine, and the way the pain in my back was, the cancer had like all around the area, can't swelled around the cancer, so it was compressing my spine on all my nerves. So that was the pain, and fuck, that kills. I've never had pain like it, and I can take a lot of pain, and I was crying my eyes out. Anyway, I'll get off that. So I'm being treated now. I've got a brilliant oncologist. He's like really up there. You know what I mean? He's really good. I'm on Denonis. Well, I was on Denonisab, but I'm having some dental issues at the minute, and that's another thing as well. You know what I mean? It affects. It does really affect you. I mean, I have days where I don't want to come out of the house because I'm aching constantly with it. You know what I mean? I have to sleep sitting up practically because I can't sleep lying down because of the pain in my back. I have my knees propped up when I'm sitting. I'm sitting in like the chair the hospital gives because I can't sit in my sofa because I can't bloody get out of it. You know what I mean? It's too low. And it hurts. Really hurts. And I'm trying to lose a bit of weight because I want to try and get down a couple of stone, because I want to try and be a bit more healthy for all the treatments I've got coming. So I was on Denonisab, I'm on Palbo. It's a short name, I can't say the fucking long name. And I'm on shitload of painkillers like morphine. I have liquid morphine, which I take out with this for when I'm out and it hurts. I've got a walker so I can sit down and take a rest. If I'm going on anywhere long, I can take me. I've got a stick. I've got a bloody bath lift to help us get in and out of the bath. What I really want is a new place, because I live in a second story flat. Well, first story, you know what I mean, ground floor first. But the stairs are like that, and it's no good for me back. And especially I've got to get somebody to carry a bloody walker down the stairs for us, because I can't leave anything in the foyer at the bottom, even though it's underneath the stairs. You know what I mean? Fucking stupid council. And I know why they did it, but still, it's a bit stupid. It could be left underneath the stairs. That's not a fire hazard. You know what I mean? There's nobody can get out that way. Anyway, you'll notice this, I go off in different things. I'm trying to keep this short. You know what I mean? I am trying to keep this short, but I'm finding it hard because there's so much I want to tell you. So, seeing a really good oncologist. I mean, they were spot on, like, you know what I mean, getting his there. What I'm mad at though is the doctors didn't take into my when I was going back and back for pain. It's like they didn't take into my history, they didn't take into account. And like, bone pain is one of the symptoms of SBC. They should know it's secondary breast cancer. SBC is secondary breast cancer or metastatic cancer. I'm on Palbo. I mean, I've been on that for nearly 2 years. I've been stable, which is good. That means it hasn't spread and it's not like, you know what I mean? So that's good. That's all it can do for this disease is treat it. Treat the symptoms as they come along. Try and keep you stable, try and give you as many years. I hope I get like 6-7 years. I might not. This disease is a fucking bastard. And you don't hear anything about it on the news, on like media doesn't report it because I don't want you to be freaked out. I found out some things. I found out that if you've had breast cancer, all the people who've had primary breast cancer, there's between 30 and 40% of them will actually get secondary breast cancer. You know what I mean? It's not just, oh, you know what I mean, just a few. It's, if you think 30% of all breast cancer patients get this, and it can hit you years up the line, and I mean years up the line, it can hit you 10, 20 years. You know what I mean? So it's just wrong. You should be told these facts instead of having to find out when it happens. You know what I mean? I could have, if I'd known the symptoms, or if I'd been, I could have gotten treatment earlier. You know what I mean? I could be treated earlier. You know what I mean? I'm just fucking mad at it all, and my hair's like a mess. Look at the state of it. I dyed it, and I'm pale, and this one quite dark. I look like fucking Morticia Adams. Sorry about the sweary, because I do get a bit sweary. Anyway, my channel is going to be all sorts, as you can tell. I'll be updating you on scans, things like that. When I have scanxiety, if you've got SBC, and you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about when I say scanxiety. It's like that feeling when you're getting a scan, and like you've had it, and you're like, oh my God, I hope it's all right. I hope I'm stable. I hope I'm a stable Mabel. There is charities out there to help you. You've got Stage 4 Deserves More. You've got a Make Seconds Count, which is a brilliant charity. That's all about metastatic breast cancer. It's based in Scotland, but it's nationwide. I went on a retreat with them last year. It was excellent. I met some really nice women. There was about 20 away. We had a really good time. And I still talk to these women. We've got one little WhatsApp group. We're still talking to each other. And it's brilliant. It's good being able to talk. And then there's the Maggie Centre, which is for patients, cancer patients and their families, not just cancer patients. Because the families, it affects families really hard. What else is there? So they're good. And I'm a support group for SBC patients, women with SBC. It's not just women though, it's men. Men do get this as well. You know what I mean? I'm not just saying it's a women's. And you can go straight from primary into this. You can just go straight into secondary breast cancer. It's rarer. Young women can get it. I know women who've had babies have put off getting treatment till they've had the kids. There's young women get it and they don't have kids and they never will do. That's hard for them, knowing that they'll never have kids, or they've got kids and they'll not see the grandkids. And there's just no research put into it where, like, you know, like breast cancer isn't all fucking run in your bra and bake sales. I'm sorry, but it's not. And it's good that we'll have a month, but we only have 1 day. There's only 1 day of metastatic breast cancer. Give her a week, at least. You know what I mean? 30%, give her a week. You know what I mean? And it's just hard. It's hard living with this disease. It's hard for the families living with it. I'm getting maudlin now, you know what I mean? I'm not like this all the time. I have days where I'm really upbeat about it. I don't think about it. And then I have days where I do think about it and I like cry my freaking eyes out. And everybody gets like that with it, you know what I mean? Whoever's got SBC, they know what I'm talking about. Even though they might be on a different a different treatment like that. I've only been on this one, so I don't know like the side effects of all the other treatments. As I go on to different treatments, I will be telling you. But metastatic breast cancer just doesn't, it goes everywhere. It can go into your brain, it can go into your femur, all your bones. I know somebody, I remember somebody came to the breast cancer, and she'd had a shoulder, like here, a shoulder blade taken out because she says it was like Swiss cheese. And she couldn't move her arm and everything. She's dead now. I started in a small group of this. Basically, it was 2 groups, and like I know a few of the women have died. You know what I mean? It's a fucking killer, and I think we're forgotten about. I mean, perhaps it is getting a bit more, but not much. Due to the things of charities, it's starting to get out there a little bit, but you never hear about it on the news. You never hear about it with these breast cancer events and that. And if you have metastatic, ours is a purple heart. That's symbol for metastatic breast cancer. It's not pink. It's purple because we're the darker side of pink. And I just think there should be more said about. I think you should be told when you leave hospital, instead of when it's 5 years kicking you out and saying, "Oh, you're cured." They should tell you there's a chance that will, you know what I mean? They should tell you the symptoms. You know what I mean? I didn't know nothing about it. I never heard about it till I got it. And I know there's a lot of women. And the doctors and GPs should know about it, because I know there's a lot of women have problems like that. You know what I mean? I've been with my GP for 50 bloody years. That's same practice. You know what I mean? The same practice I've been for 50 years. I should have a fucking loyalty card. That's what I should do. They should have like how Tesco's has a club card. I should have a GP's loyalty card saying you will be seen within a week instead of 2-3 weeks. You know what I mean? For your loyalty, you will be seen within a week. That's a good idea. Give us a loyalty card. Well, the doctors knew they had not knocked up because they phoned me sister. I wouldn't talk to them because I was in bits. And they phoned her up, and it was the head of the practice phoned up and said they were sorry about what happened. And everybody says, "Well, why don't you sue them?" I don't want that. What am I going to do with the fucking money? I suppose I could travel for a bit, but I've always got to be back for appointments to get me arse stabbed. I will tell you, once a month I do go for treatment. I used to have an injection in my arm. I go and pick my tablets up, which is the palbociclib. That's it, I said the word. Palbociclib. That's it. And it's a CDK4 inhibitor, I think it is. And I also get 2 big needles into my backside once a month. It's a Vulvastrand. Oh my God, they hurt like a bitch. I've got 2 hard lumps underneath my arse cheeks. I'm sorry if I'm swearing, but that's me. You know what I mean? I don't I'm not the most polite person. And I have watched a lot of YouTube, and they're the people who I enjoy the most. I watch Fiji, and I watch a bit of Kazan and Carla Jenkins. I love those vegan guys, even though I'm not a vegan. I have introduced some vegan vegetarian meals into my life, so that's good. Eat less meat. Eat more pulses. I eat like chickpeas, and I make like cauliflower chickpea curries, things like that. So those vegan guys, if you see this, you're having a bit of an effect on us. So there's a few, and I love dumpster diving videos as well. You know, like not so much the British ones, but the American ones, like freaking Frugal and that. What are they really good? And like I see, my channel's going to be all sorts. It's going to be me yapping on about stuff. I'm going to be giving you updates, like we fight with the fucking council to get a new place. I'll tell you about that in another video. Just stuff like that, and we fight with the cancer, like, and the thing that's going on with the teeth. Wait, I tell you that. That's a fucking horror story in itself. I'm not going to tell you that this time. I might leave that for the next one, so I've got something to talk to you about. I might do a little haul. I went to the charity shop yesterday, got some good, a few good little bits of, 3 bits of really nice clothing, which I might show you next time. I might do a video next week. I think I will, because it's Easter weekend, it's Good Friday, and I'm dying out. I'm sitting in the house, and my lips are all dry. What else do I want to tell you? It was just mainly about the secondary breast cancer and what I'm all about. I'm knocking on a bit, as you can see. I'm near Spring Chicken. I'm from the northeast, as you can tell. I am a proper Geordie. I was born within the site within the banks of the Tyne. If you're born on the gates, I'd say you're not supposed to be proper Geordie, but yeah, you know what I mean. You're supposed to be born on the banks of the Tyne, where I practically was. So I was born in the General Hospital, and that's just up. So it's not really there anymore. If you're going through cancer and you're going through SBC, check me out. Make Seconds Count. Brilliant charity. Check out Stage 4 Deserves More, because that's what I am. I'm stage 4. But I will go into stage 5 eventually. This cancer will kill me. If the cancer itself doesn't kill us, it'll be some sort of related infection, because I'm immune compromised, obviously. Check out Maggie's. They're brilliant. If you need any help with benefits, things like that. Good. Macmillan. Look at them. I haven't really had much to do with them, but I imagine I will do have later on down the line. Just if you're suffering from cancer, go to Maggie's. It's a great resource, and they've got 26 is it 26 or 27 places throughout the country, like affiliated with hospitals. Ours is with the NCC, which is brilliant. It's one of the top places in the UK. We've got the Bobby Robson research, the cancer wing. You know where they do all the research and that. We've got loads of like wards, and really good. I think that's probably about it. Now it's getting on nearly half an hour. I could probably talk to you for about an hour, and I probably will one day. And you'll get bored, and you're like, bloody hell, this is a long video. But I'll get better as I go along. I'm not going to be doing any editing, stuff like that, because I can't. I'm crap with technology. Anyway, that's me done. I'm going off. I'm going to have a cuppa, because my mouth is dry as the fucking Sahara. And as you tell, sometimes I don't take a breath when I speak, so I'm going to try to catch it. I've always been told this by my sister, and I don't know I'm doing it. Anyway, as those vegan guys, I'm going to say, be good, be kind, but as those vegan guys say, be excellent to each other. Sorry guys for stealing it. I'm trying to turn it off now and it won't go off.